The other thing you're going to notice in energy sense is that now people are going to have a different attraction to you. You're no longer repulsive. To
how exciting.
I called her, it wasn't quite the right word. That was a little strong. I can't believe you said it. You're not going to be so resistant. It's repulsive. You've been in your cocoon. It's been kind of stinking in there, and you're emitting that energy scent to others. What scent are you emitting to others? Stay away from me. Stay away from me. You don't want the intrusion. You're tired of the energy feeding, but you weren't really sure how to handle it, so you cocooned yourself. You encased yourself. You were sending out a scent of stay away, I don't want anything to do with you, and a scent at the same time of I need help. I need help, but not from you. I don't like any of you. I need help from somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't know how I get it, but I need help. You were sending out an energy scent of what I've asked you never to say in this room, I don't know. But you've been saying it in your cocoon. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Locked away in your cocoon, I don't know. He won't let me say it in the Crimson Circle Center, but I don't know. You've been sending that out. I don't know. Total confusion to you, yourself, to everybody around you. I don't know, I don't know. So there's kind of a putrid odor to that, a scent. I'm not just talking about the smelling. There's kind of a stinky smell associated with that. Along with that, sometimes a neediness. But again, pushing people away, which is probably okay, but a neediness. You need something. It's going to change now. It is changing because either you got so exhausted that you just have no fight left in you, or you just started realizing you're never going to get there through the concrete of the mind. You're never going to get there. So you've just allowed yourself to open. You know what happens when you allow yourself to open? Is that cocoon, that energy cocoon starts falling apart. It realizes that you don't need it to encase you anymore, to hold you in, to actually keep you from what you really want to be doing here. So it starts dismantling itself. You don't have to do it. The cocoon knows how to dismantle itself. And then there's the emergence where you're no longer afraid to be you. From the standpoint of you with yourself, that's where the biggest fear came from. Afraid to be you with yourself. And then you're no longer afraid to be you with other people. And then you start smelling like those cookies and flowers. And they're attracted to you. But this is very important here, very important to stress. Not the feeders like you've been used to in the past. Imbalance attracts imbalance. And desperate people attract other desperate people. They might have different levels of desperation, but there's an attractant there, kind of a energy pheromone that attracts those kind of energies. So suddenly, you're free to be you. You're free to really be an energy transmitter, radiant, not worrying about the wrong people, the wrong day, the wrong opportunity, whatever. You just don't worry about that anymore because you naturally set up the energy dynamic without thinking about it. You naturally are attracted to certain people, or rather they attracted to you. You're suddenly attracted to certain situations without thinking, and it just unfolds. And if you take a look at how much of your life had been spent planning and worrying, and I put them both in the same category, planning and worrying, it was a lot. It was the vast majority of the time. Trying to avoid and prevent disaster, but you know exactly with the magnetics of energy what happens. You spend your whole life worrying and trying to prevent disaster. You're worried about ice falling off the wing of an airplane 30,000 feet and hitting only you, nobody else, only you. And you spend your whole life worrying about it, so you don't go outside anymore. You stay inside. Well, haven't you figured out that ice can go right through the roof? But you you're in a life of avoidance rather than of true living. But again, it's okay because you're in the cocoon, and that's what you do in the cocoon. But you spend your whole life worrying about it, and then what happens? You step out the door one day, and there's a big hailstorm. A big hailstorm, and it clunks you all over with big balls of hail. It wasn't off an airplane, but it was ice from the sky because you attracted it. But now you get to this point, it works the same way the other way. Look at it like that. So you spend all your life trying not to think bad thoughts. But what do? You think bad thoughts. You spend your life battling your bad thoughts. You spend your whole life worrying about what's going to happen, who's going to hurt you next, where are you going to lose all your money, your whole life fortune, where are you going to lose that, how are you going to get hurt physically, what disease is going to come into your body. You spend all this time worried about these things, and then they happen. You kind of have to. It's an energy attractant. It's scent attracting like energy. I guess you call it the law of attraction. I call it the law of smelly energies. They attract each other. Now it changes. The same principle that you've been trying to avoid, but you've actually been digging deeper into, the same principle applies the other way around. Instead of now worrying about what you're thinking, worrying about what's going to happen next, it's the same, but from a different standpoint. Now you don't have anything to worry about. You realize the moment you don't worry about worrying, you don't have anything to worry about. The same equal thing brings everything to you. Energy is always coming to you, no matter what. No matter what. So now the same principle, but the scent is different. The consciousness, the awareness has changed. So now suddenly things just come to you with as much, you could say, the equivalent of ease as there used to be disease, with equivalent of grace as there used to be struggle. It's a complete reversal. It just comes to you. It's just there. And it's many people have asked, actually, and the question came up in Master's Life 4, isn't it boring being an ascended master? What do you guys do? Just hang around all day and everything works out? Isn't it really boring just doing nothing? Well, that indicates to me that the human really likes a challenge. The human likes a lot of suffering. The human likes to make things difficult because they're working from a singular sense. They don't know anything more. They don't know better. They're working from a very limited form of consciousness. Now imagine, as I said in Master's Life 4, no, I'm not giving it all away here, but Cauldre and Linda, Lon, all worried, I'm giving it away. Jeez. Imagine for a moment, well, you have been living in one sense. You come to understand what I'm talking about. One sense, not 5 or even 6, one sense. And you've been doing that for, 1,000 or more lifetimes. You get pretty comfortable with it. You get pretty, hello, Linda. She's giving me the look over there. The look to move on, or the look to sit down, or the look that, do you want to get me some more coffee kind of look?
I'm in shock and awe, though. I have been making a commitment to Jeffrey that I would stop using bad words, and for every one I stop using, you're making up for it. What is this?
Why did you make a commitment to Cauldre to stop using bad words?
It was a threat.
He threatened you? But yet I can use bad words.
Yeah, what's that about?
I'm an ascended master. But back to the point. Just imagine for a moment, because this is what happens as you come out of that cocoon. You've been in one sense, one perception of, a very narrow perception of reality. And suddenly you start emerging. You get out of your brain. You break up the concrete. That's all that is. That's a concrete energy mass up there. That's all it is. Suddenly you're in, oh, I love that sound, coffee beaming. Suddenly you're in 5 senses. Would that make a difference in your life? 5 senses, and they're all, you could say, much more expansive than the one you've been in. Now you got 5. and then 10, and then 50, and then 100. The mind cannot imagine it. It tries to, that's why the mind asks stupid questions like, isn't it boring being an ascended master? What do you do all? Just sit around all day? The human mind would think, well, the ascended master goes fishing, throws the line in, and a fish walks over to the line, sticks it in his mouth, and says, okay, pull me up. That's the human interpretation of being an ascended master, and the ascended master is sitting there going, geez, that's not fun. I already have 400 fish over here. It's another damn fish. Who's going to clean up the fish? And of course, being an ascended master, suddenly somebody comes to clean up the fish and take them away. Oh, that was really boring today. I didn't have any challenges or struggles. It's not like that. The ascended master goes fishing, just like a human would, and is going through the whole human process of fishing. But at the same time, the ascended master is open to so many other levels of awareness. Love being one, for instance. Levels of awareness that just transcend anything that you could even imagine, right? Our imagination being another. So while the ascended master is out fishing and reeling in the fish and throwing them back over in the lake on the other side, and the ascended master's in the sense of imagination, which could place them anywhere they want to be, doing anything they want to be, because it's a free sense. The other thing, and I'll get on with what I'm going to talk about here, is as soon as my coffee comes back, you're going to realize as you emerge now, as you develop your energy scent, you're going to realize that that there's just places, things, people, whatever, dreams, whatever it is, that are just so energy compatible. They just, like the song, it just feels good. And you're going to realize that living in this overwhelming compression has been so difficult and so unbeautiful. Unbeautiful. You've been struggling to find beauty in yourself and in life and wondering why you can't. And then you realize that beauty in itself is a sense, but impossible to experience when you're in just focus. Let's take a good deep breath with that.